Auditory processing disorder, also known as APD. Why does auditory processing disorder occur? Researchers do not know what the exact causes of auditory processing disorder are. They have found that APD might be related to sicknesses such as ear infections, lead poisoning, meningitis, and/or nervous system diseases. Babies who were born premature or at a low birth weight, someone who has experienced a head injury, and also ADP can be inherited through the genes. What are the characteristics of APD? Difficulty understanding speech with and without noise in the background, difficulty following multi-step directions that are given verbally, easily distracted by noises, difficulty focusing during long periods that require listening, difficulty remembering and summarizing information that was previously given verbally, presenting below grade level in reading, spelling, and/or writing, difficulty understanding verbal math word problems, difficulty with organization, difficulty trying to follow complex ideas, delayed or misunderstanding of jokes and figurative language, struggling with being disorganized and forgetful. According to the Hearing Health Foundation, there are 2.5 million school-age children who currently have auditory processing disorder. Auditory processing disorder is a disability that is served under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, also known as IDEA. APD is served under the IDEA Specific Learning Disabilities category, also known as SLD. Out of 13 other IDEA categories, Specific Learning Disability is the most common category that is served. In 2018, 34% of students who were served under the IDEA category were included in the Specific Learning Disabilities category. Least restrictive environment. Most students who have auditory processing disorder are served in a general education classroom. These students are served here because their modifications and accommodations are mild enough to be served in a least restrictive environment. Students who are diagnosed with APD will also have an IEP giving them accommodations and modifications to be implemented in the least restrictive environment. The student may still have to go to a speech therapist or audiologist throughout the week, but they are best served under a general education teacher. Educational strategies. The first one is phonemic awareness activities. Students with APD often add extra letters or syllables to certain words. It is vital for them to break down the word into individual sounds. So first, have the student identify rhyming words. Second, have the student close their eyes and raise their hand when they hear a certain letter. And then lastly, they can separate each syllable into specific words. The next category is multisensory techniques. Having the students learn using multisensory materials and activities is ensuring that the information is going to last. Students with APD need to learn differently than others. The more senses used, the better. The first technique that can be used is to trace spelling words in sand, salt, or Play-Doh. The second one is read while walking and spell words while bouncing a ball or doing jumping jacks. The third one is count using popsicle sticks or base 10 blocks. And lastly, they can learn fractions using paper cutouts of pizza. And the last category for the educational strategies is educational games. Children with APD have difficulties with listening and processing information. Why not make practicing improvement fun? The first strategy that can be used in this category is repeat after me game. Clap a pattern and have the student repeat it after you. The second is I went to the market and bought. The first person says what they bought, and then the second person adds on to what the first person said, and so on. And lastly, memory. Place picture or word cards face down and have the student match the cards as they are flipped. Accommodations and modifications. The first category that we see to the left is classroom seating. Supply the student with a quiet space to concentrate away from doors and windows when completing independent work. Allow the student to sit near the teacher when needed. Provide the student with noise-canceling headphones to block out any background noises. Reconvene with the student often to see if the seating arrangements need to be changed. And the section below that is assignments. Highlight instructions, keywords, and key information on worksheets and tests. Separate assignments and tests into smaller tasks. Provide the student with written homework instructions if not already provided. Provide the student with a written list of assignments at the beginning of the week for the entire upcoming week's assignments. And the next category on the right-hand side is instructions. Provide step-by-step instructions and then have the student repeat it back to you, to the teacher. Repeat important components of the instructions. Rephrase the wording of the directions given if needed. Provide the student with an audio recorder to record the instructions that are given by the teacher. And the next category under that is lessons. Provide the student with a copy beforehand of the outline of the lesson. Provide the student with a text-to-speech software to record the lessons, also known as TTS. Complete a short review with the students before new information is introduced to them. Use hands-on activities, visual tools, pictures, and gestures while teaching. Thank you.